Why do you care?
I have to surrender. If I don't, you'll just end up getting hurt.
Tom stared down at the blue hedgehog with a heavy heart. His ears wilted and he shuffled his feet, eyes never meeting his. The kid was going to end up killing him with that look ever since he had been caught in the middle of one of Robotnik's plans to capture him. Sonic wouldn't let the idea go that he needed to just give up, let the madman have him, let the psycho experiment and torture him all he liked. Of course, Tom wasn't having any of it. As the newly appointed sheriff of Green Hills, Montana, he had a duty to uphold, protect the residents, no matter if they be human or a little 3-foot-tall alien. Plus, despite his attempts at not becoming attached, he found himself beginning to almost parent the kid. The teenager was reckless, so reckless it left him feeling like a burnt-out dad dealing with his overly energetic, borderline disrespectful son. It was like he wanted to give him a heart attack sometimes.
Sonic, for the last time, no?
Tom stressed for the millionth time that day. No.
I'm not letting the man who knows what to you repeat after me, no?
But I can't just let him kill you.
He protested, and as usual, started pacing at a ridiculously fast rate, fist shaking.
He can, and what if he got the chance? I know he would, Tom, please.
No.
He said with a certain authority that made the hedgehog stop in his tracks. Tom leaned down, grabbed him by the shoulders, and shook him slightly, as if that would get it into his thick skull that no, you are not going to do something so stupid. Sonic finally met his gaze. Now, Tom wasn't sure whether or not Mobians had the ability to cry, but it looked like the kid was very well near it. His bright green irises wobbled and he gulped, a wet shine appearing in his eyes. The sheriff sighed, running a hand through his hair. He wouldn't be surprised if he had started growing gray already. Sometimes he forgot why he was so afraid before. When he found the blue blur hiding in his garage, granted, Sonic was a lot more scared of him in the beginning. He remembered when he would constantly expect a bot to appear, and for him to declare it had all been a trick, that he wasn't really going to help him, but sell him out to Robotnik the first chance he got. Needless to say, the kid had a lot of trust issues. He was unsure, timid, and had a hard time not bolting whenever Tom got up too fast or went to touch him. Yet, he adjusted pretty well in the end. Before the week was over, he was more cocky and confident, acting like he never flinched a day in his life. Now, it seemed like he had reverted back in the shy boy who once hid behind his leg when his dog barked too loud.
Look!
Tom said softly, lifting one hand to rest it on Sonic's head and rub it similarly to how he would ruffle someone's hair.
No, this is dumb. This whole situation is something no one should ever have to go through. But it's happening, and it's time to think rationally. Do you really think just because you get captured willingly, Dr. Robotnik's not going to use your powers for evil?
Sonic lowered his head slightly.
Exactly. And you really think I'd ever let you do something like that? I'd save you and drag you back here just to give you the lecture of your lifetime. Which, trust me, probably even worse than whatever that mustache-loving maniac has cooked up for you.
He was caught off guard. He was almost never caught off guard. Sonic was sniffling and whipping his eyes with a now-wet glove. Glistening tears dripped onto the floor as the kid tried futilely to stop the flow of sudden emotion. Tom let him bow, half expecting the hedgehog to make a run for it. He was shaking like a leaf.
Why?
Sonic hiccuped.
Why do you care?
Now he understood why he didn't show this side of himself often. When Sonic cried, he really cried. Not just a few stray tears here and there. He turned on the waterworks. Tom supposed that's what happened when someone held something back for way too long. Unlike what he expected, Sonic stayed glued to the spot. By now he should have been bouncing off the walls. It wasn't like him to stay put for long unless he was sleeping or exhausted, which was rare. The teen had more energy than a woodpecker. No joke.
Kid, What do you mean, why do I care?
He said, slightly exasperated.
What do you care about me?
He yelled, his head whipping back up to look at Tom with anger. The tears never stopped, but now he was glaring.
Why do you insist on protecting me? I'm just a useless, stupid, pathetic alien. I'm the fastest creature there ever was. Yet I don't even know how to control my power half the time. It's too strong. It's too much. I'm scared of it. Why aren't you? Everything always goes wrong around me and I don't want to lose you, so it'd be better if I just went away, right?
He clenched his fists, as if the idea was solidifying itself in his mind already.
Yeah, I'll just disappear. You'll never have to see me again. I'll go into hiding again. I'll find somewhere else to go. You won't need to worry about me anymore. I'm sure I'll be fine.
He clearly hated the idea as much as Tom. He dissolved into sobs, pacing back and forth once more. The sight, to put it lightly, broke the sheriff's heart. Here this 13-year-old stood, having spent practically all his life alone, prepared to go back to that life just to protect him.
Hey.
Tom said, reaching out again to steady the hedgehog with firm hands.
Don't say that. You hear me? I am right here, and you're wrong if you think I'll ever leave. Hate to break it to you, but you're stuck with me. Pal, I won't let you go back to that life. I won't.
He carefully pulled Sonic into as tight a hug as he could manage without getting pricked. The kid shoved his head into his chest, fingers curling into the fabric of his shirt.
And as for why I care, I want to make this as clear as possible. You are my friend. And you're anything but pathetic or useless. You're the strongest person I know, maybe a little reckless at times, and a little rebellious when I tell you no. You may not drive the car, but what kid your age is and...
At that, Sonic gave a wet chuckle, and Tom held him out at arm's length, seeing the smile now spread across his features.
Do you see what I'm getting at here?
Sonic wiped his eyes a final time and nodded minutely. Maybe he didn't fully understand quite yet, but he would eventually. He didn't need to absorb everything he said right away. All he needed to do was accept that Tom cared, and that was enough. Yes, that was enough.
I'm still convinced I'd be great at driving your car.
You absolutely wouldn't be.
Wanna bet?
No.
I'll race you to the driver's seat. Whoever gets there first gets to drive.
We're not Sonic. Get back here, Sonic!